Brady,
Hello.
we got our friend here again.
Ah! Craig!
I think before we keep doing podcasts, if you're going to keep coming on, you need to clear up this issue that you've got with Craig.
I can't.
Because I'm not going to have two people on my show that hate each other.
I'll give you an answer to that one. Get rid of Craig. Done. See
So
you later,
your
mate.
solution,
Yep.
get
See you,
rid of
bud.
Craig.
Yep.
Got it. I'll think about it.
Bye,
welcome back, everyone, to the Chin Watched podcast where we review movies. We're only on episode number 2, but I've got the same guests as I did last week. I know I said I was going to have new guests every week, but I guess I lied because I got these two back for some reason. Craig isn't a real person, but I do have two real people. I've got Brad and I've got Brady. Because one is the self-proclaimed Fast and Furious historian and had only seen 4 of the movies until now. And Brad refused to call himself that, but was the actual Fast and Furious historian.
Yes.
But for someone who's a huge fan, he has apparently... We don't even know what these opinions are, but apparently the opinions are pretty conflicting. On the note of conflicting opinions, Brad, I want to very briefly, because we have 5 movies to get through, I want to very briefly talk about something that we've been arguing over since last week's episode. And I want you to stay civil. I want you to hold back. You know, we're all nice here. We're all polite. But after we finished last week's episode, Brad suggested that I watch the new Netflix reality show, Too Hot to Handle. And
Here we go.
okay, look, Brad has some very conflicting opinions about the contestants on the show compared to me. I just like to...
I think.
Contestant. Brad doesn't like Chloe. I'm personally a fan of Chloe. So I don't know what the big deal is, but I just want to clear it up. No hard feelings, Brad. But you're wrong. So.
Well, you geezer. You're wrong. Because...
Boys, we
I don't even say anyone who's seen the show is going to be siding with me, because I've learnt the very, very hard way that I'm the minority in this opinion. So I might hold it to myself. But
Which I'm
she's a dickhead.
Again, we'll see if the minority opinion applies for your opinions on one of the later Fast and Furious movies. But yeah, look, again, I don't want to go into it because we got 5 movies to get through of Fast and Furious movies. I want to start off by saying at the end of last week's, we did kind of like a little, what do we think so far, I guess. Obviously for Brad, didn't mean as much because he's seen them before. But for myself, I said that I was sort of starting to enjoy them. I said I'm enjoying them more than I thought I would. My opinion has just escalated from there because now I fucking love these movies.
Okay.
Which is really bizarre because I didn't... Again, 2 weeks ago, no one could have told me I would love the Fast and Furious movies, but here we are. Brady, I want to know your before. let's do it one movie at a time because I want to hear Brad's gradual descent into madness. Fast 5. Fast 5. Firstly, excellent title. Secondly, might be my favourite.
I can get behind that one. That one I saw in cinemas like when it came out. I wouldn't say it's better than Tokyo Drift, but some of the balance between the street racing and stuff of the first few movies and the still going into those proper action movies is probably the best mix out of all of the movies.
Because remember, number 4 was because I thought number 4 was the first heist one when I was thinking back. As we were just saying before, like, we're just getting them all confused. But I realised that 4 was just where they were going after the guy that killed Letty, which again we'll get to. But this one was the first, like, heist-style movie, which I fucking loved. Like, it really just felt like an Ocean's... Like Steph said, she said it felt like an Ocean's 11 type movie. Like, that exact vibe of, like, a little bit of comedy and, like, the witty one-liners plus all of the, like, cool action. And I mean, like, the ending... Not, like, I don't want to jump straight into the ending, but the twist of sorts at the end... that, spoiler alert, they swapped the safe. That is so Ocean's 11 that I was like, this is just a heist movie, which I didn't expect.
It is.
But I loved it. But I mean, like, obviously you two said you enjoy this one as well. So you're not like,
yes,
I'm not in the minority here.
No. Definitely top 3.
Yeah. I'm actually interested to see what everyone's favourite is at the end, because I know Brad's probably, again...
I don't know.
You know what? Anyway, this one. This is also the first one that has Hobbs in it. Which, I mean... Come on. He's one of the best characters.
He is...
I feel like he's not his witty self like he is in all of his other action movies.
No.
Which is
cool.
So
I
reckon it's one of his best things he's done with how short he is with everyone. And I love it. His temper's very, just on point.
I feel like that's... Oh, you go, Brady.
I was going to say that I really liked his opening, scene where he kind of shows up because he's meant to be like the main kind of villain almost. And he just kind of rocks up and he's very kind of intimidating. And you kind of, you go and he's telling people what to do and stuff. And it's kind of, I watched that and I'm like, all right, this guy's he's a bad guy. Whereas I feel like with the other villains, haven't really gotten that. Like the other antagonists. Yeah,
they don't feel as intimidating. Although I do like Deckard and Shaw. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the thing is that when this movie came out, because this one was 2011, I think.
Could not tell you.
Pretty sure it's 2011, and by that point, The Rock hadn't really cemented that like persona that he has now. Because now every movie he's like the big guy who's also a softie, and also like every line is a witty one-liner, which I think still kind of came through a little bit in Hobbs and Shaw. Which is why I felt like his
100%.
character wasn't as strong.
It's very
in that
much
movie.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, because in that movie he is more comedic, I guess, but it sort of harkens back to his other roles, like like Jumanji or what's the fucking Journey to the Center of the Earth #2, whatever that's called.
Journey to the something island.
Yeah, that's the one. That's sort of the first movie where he had that persona, and then it's like after that he was just playing basically the same character every time. But I think when this movie came out, that wasn't a thing yet, so he kind of... Yeah, like you said, he's more like short, and his whole character is like... He always cracks back at people, and he's like super serious.
And he says fuck, which is so good.
Yes.
Like when he said fuck for the first time, I grabbed Teeny's leg and I was like, that was The Rock saying the F word?
He doesn't do that. That's so...
it just hit me in a really sweet
These movies
spot.
are for kids.
And I liked it. This is probably like one of my favourite Rock roles. This movie in particular, not less and less as it goes on, but this is one of my favourites because of how short he was and he said the F word.
Yeah, I think definitely...
That's why. That's the main reason.
I think the other reason it feels like a good Ocean's 11 style movie is because it is so character focused as well as
Yes.
the action. Like, like compared to number 4, which obviously focused on the characters, but it wasn't as much about the group. It was very much just like this
Yeah.
is a Vin Diesel story. Whereas this felt more like an Avengers movie, where it's like it's focused
Kind of,
on
yeah.
the characters.
You got a lot of character development across the board.
Yeah, exactly. And then you've got obviously that was sort of the one that brought everyone together, and from then it sort of stuck to that. Like, because remember, like Ludacris hadn't been seen for like 3 movies, or he was gone for 2, and then came back in the 5th, and same with Roman.
On that topic,
Yes.
when did Ludacris become a master hacker?
Somewhere in
Did
between
that-
6 and 7.
Yeah, did that happen in a movie,
'Cause-
or did that just happen?
I think it's
Second
just kind
movie-
of implied that's how he gets his money.
Second movie,
Really
he has
loosely.
a mechanic shop, but the only time you actually see him there is when he's like running a betting thing on
Yes.
a jet ski race.
I think the only thing that can kind of hint towards his like this master hacker type thing is that he had control of that bridge in number 2.
Yes.
That's the
I
only
think
true
it was
kind of
definitely
hint.
a later addition,
Yes.
but I think it was more so like they realized we need a hacker guy.
We need a hacker. He made a
And
bridge
he-
move.
He works as the hacker guy though. Like he's good as the
Oh,
hacker guy.
like now, now that we've had however many movies,
At least 3.
it fits. Like I see it.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
if you just saw 2 and then went and watched like 7, you'd be like, nah, hang on a sec.
Mhm.
Hold up.
Another thing I didn't expect at all is I knew Han was going to be back in it. Obviously, he popped up in 4, but for barely any time. I didn't expect there to be so much development on Han across 5 and 6.
It's very
Like,
good.
I just thought he'd be a background
He's a-
character, and then
Nah,
like
he's
he
a
had
big
his whole
character.
thing going, and made me love him more. Anyway,
He's a
yeah,
very
number
good
5, solid. Like,
really solid.
Very solid.
really solid movie.
Very solid.
I would say, obviously now I would say anyone should watch all of them, but number 5 is like an actual like good movie.
Yeah.
Good movie, balance of the
100%.
new stuff and the old stuff. It's just
Exactly.
hits every
And
direction. It's really good.
apart from the safe dragging at the end, it's
good,
also it's so good, but it also lands in that sweet spot of it's still action and it's still very nuts. Like it's not normal action, but it's not completely blown out of the water. Like it's not an ice truck fight where a submarine comes up out of the ice and takes out cars. Like it's
We'll get to that.
still we will, but I think it hit that middle spot of like the curve where it was like it's not quite at the insane part of it yet, but it's
It's
still
like-
it's a bit
It's like I can
grounded
kind
still.
of, I can put my mind at ease at this. But
Yes.
is it gonna happen? No.
You know the safe dragging is very unrealistic, but when you're watching it, you don't notice that. You don't really say it.
You're just
You
sitting
don't
there and you go,
"Oh, that's
bro,
not
they're
gonna
dragging a safe.
Yeah, like that's so
Hell
fucking
yeah.
cool. But yeah, I can't remember what I actually rated this on Letterboxd, but I think it was a 4. Possibly
that.
a 4 and a
5 or
half,
10.
but I don't know. I can't remember.
Out of 5 or 10.
Out of 5, I should say. 4.5 stars. I believe it was. But yeah, I liked that one. But number 6, still pretty solid.
I was gonna say, I feel like it's the most forgettable movie.
Ooh,
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I can remember maybe
Okay,
4,
I want to
5
talk about the
scenes.
big thing from this movie because it really annoys me.
Here we go.
Okay.
Letty. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Why?
fuck Letty.
Okay.
Go away, Letty.
I have a few reasons why I don't like the Letty thing. Okay. Firstly, it makes no sense, right? To just bring her back and be like, she has amnesia, and it lasts like 2 movies too.
Yes.
And it's just like, I don't remember us being together, but we were together, right? Like, just shut up. Zip it. Shut up. The other thing that really annoys me is that they introduced Elena, is that her name? Vin Diesel's
Elena.
new girlfriend? Chris Hemsworth's wife.
Yeah,
was
the fling.
That was
the
in the
fling.
5th one, wasn't it?
Uh-huh. So they introduce her
Yes.
But now
and
they're
set it up
introducing
like
her
it's going to
as
be
the
this
lover.
big thing. And then, as soon as Letty comes along, Vin Diesel just
Aye.
forgets about it.
Aight, you gotta skedaddle.
In the
Like, you
same movie,
See you
he
later.
just ditches her. And then at the end, I'm like, are we going to get some sort of closure? And she's just like, go for it.
Alright, see.
And leaves. And I'm like,
Alright, bye.
what the fuck?
Sorry, you've got to wait till number 9. Fast
So
9.
stupid.
Hey.
I guess while we're on the topic of the Letty thing, though, and how stupid it is, Brady, I can't remember if you said you were the same, but I completely missed the end credit scene from number 5, where they literally said that she was alive.
No, yeah, I watched that one.
I just missed it. I don't know how. I think I just
You
got to the
missed it.
credits.
Netflix cuts you off before you're actually allowed to watch end
You
credits.
gotta like, yeah, before it goes to like the dumb trailers or something on Netflix, you gotta go up and be like, oh, I want to watch all the credits, and then you skip to the end.
Yeah, I think I just turned it off, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. That's it. And then I was looking up end credit scenes to see if there was one that we... I can't remember why I was looking it up, but I was looking something up for it, and then that came up, and I was like, what the fuck? And also, they got Eva Mendes from
Yep.
the second
Yeah.
one to come back and do that, and then she never comes back again.
I was gonna say, I thought she was gonna rock up in the movie, but no.
Right, like she never pops
there.
up. And by the time I'd seen that, I was already watching number 7. So I'm like, so she wasn't in 6 at all, and then she's not in the next 2, or Hobbs and Shaw.
She's just not there.
So why was it her?
Like, don't... It's just because it's like, hi.
Nostalgia.
A cool nod, but then she never
it's an-
appears again. So it's like, it's not really
Just
a
another
cool nod.
random little thing to tie 2 movies together
I guess, yeah.
randomly.
Yeah, like you said, Brad, 6 is the most forgettable. Did you say that or Brady? I can't remember.
Brady
I
said
did.
that. I'll
Brady
take it
said
though.
that.
I
Okay.
6 is probably
Good
the
job,
most
Brad.
forgettable.
Good job.
Yeah,
Thank
good job,
you.
Brad.
But yeah, I
think-
definitely agree with that.
I think everything that kind of happened in the movie, well, not everything, but a lot of the stuff that happened,
Don't say everything. You wouldn't dare say everything. Because I'll get into
didn't-
that.
it didn't kind of lead anywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
Did. Amnesia.
Well- like it.
She didn't even recover from the amnesia in that movie. She didn't
Yeah.
recover from it until the finale of the next movie.
Oh,
Anyway.
Also,
God. Oh,
you know
God.
what? You know what was not forgettable about 6? Just that whole scene, where
The longest
There's-
plane runway ever.
well, that was
They go
yeah,
in circles.
that was trash. But when they go to when it's Roman, Han's
Of
missus,
course it
can't remember
involves
her name,
Roman. Of course it
Gal
fucking involves
Gadot.
Roman.
and the other lady,
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
and it's just Han and Roman just messing around for like 20 minutes.
literally. Okay,
I was
this
literally
is
just sitting there
also
like, this is the best thing ever.
This is like the second or third time that Gal Gadot has just gone, oh yeah, you don't get it. This is a woman's job, and then just goes and flirts with
Yeah,
someone
right?
to get something done.
But
I'm like,
the
is that all
thing
she
is,
does?
After 5 seconds, they just beat him up anyway.
Mm.
Like,
So,
wait,
like,
couldn't
They could have done that.
we could have done that?
I think
But that's besides the point. Point is, Han and Roman together, best thing ever. Want a movie of it. Thanks.
literally perfect. I'm
Want a movie of it.
glad it
Thanks.
seems like it's happening again. So I'm happy
Here's
with
another thing. No one gave a shit except for Han about Gal Gadot. No one
Yeah,
gave,
yeah, right?
no one
Yeah.
gave a shit.
They
No one
straight
cared.
up
Letty-
traded Gal
Letty's here,
Gadot
though.
for Letty, and no one even batted an eye.
Yeah, as long as
know
that
what?
chick who hit her head a little bit
Yeah.
This chick
I'm
died,
so-
but we won't talk about her.
Yeah.
I'm so shitty about that.
Literally
I can't
died
believe
saving Han's life. Nah, bro, fine. Don't worry about it.
the most fucked up part is that they killed her, and then they killed technically.
And then
Han
they
dies
killed
in
Han
the same
post-credit
movie.
Scene. They killed
Like, I
her in the
know he was
post-credit
already
scene.
dead, but they kill her, and then while he's griefing, he goes to Tokyo and dies. Are you fucking kidding me? That frustrated me
Yep.
so much, because I like both of them. Even if I didn't know that Gal Gadot's name was Giselle until she died, I still liked her character.
Still didn't know her name.
Literally I could not have told you her name. I just kept calling her Gal
Yep.
Gadot, and then when she died,
Legit.
they're like, "Where's Giselle?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's her name. Oh, cool. Okay."
Who?
A bit late. I mean, you can say that the long runway, it's dumb,
Kind of whack.
but it's also
but-
one of the best finales, I think.
Kind of cool.
Big spectacle, really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I see why they made it long, because they had so much to cram in it. But, like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty cool. I
At
mean,
the same time, it kind of gets to a point where it's like, all right, boys, what are we doing here?
well, the
What's
best
going on?
the best ones are the ones where they've got the different layers, which again I think 8 does really well. The finale of 8 I love,
Finale of eight's
because it
really
has
good.
those layers of like showing every character pretty equally and everyone kind of doing something cool. I'm like, that's very Avengers as well, and I like that a
Yeah.
lot. The balance is good. But yeah, again, I guess 6 is pretty solid. Like, compared to 5, I'd say only
It wasn't a
little
bad
bit
movie.
lower,
I
but
just
like
couldn't
you said,
remember
the
it.
plot is forgettable. Yeah.
Just couldn't remember it.
The only
And
thing
it
I
was
remember about it...
based, so
Yeah, don't even start.
And yeah, Letty kind of annoyed me.
Yeah, while we're here, do you guys like Letty?
no, not at all.
Really?
I don't mind
Played the
her.
part really well in 1, and from there, who cares?
Yeah.
I like the
Okay.
actress, but I don't know if I like the character.
That's fair. I don't think I like the character very much.
Like, I think she's fine, but she's
I
nothing
think
special.
you could have kept her dead.
Oh
Could've
yeah,
kept her dead.
100%.
I think everything she does, apart from the amnesia, you could slot Elena
Definitely-
in there. You could just say Vin Diesel's been training her to drive. Perfect. Now she
She
knows how
wasn't
to
even-
race.
Yeah.
I could
Like-
even make up a shitty one-liner that Vin Diesel could say,
Here we go.
like,
Gone.
"Hey, I'll teach you to drive," and that's it. That's his shitty one-liner for that
Wow.
scene. Riveting stuff.
should-
I feel like I could
Brad,
write
can
for
you
like
please-
whoever wrote
can you
Fast and Furious
please-
because
You probably
that's
should.
Vin
Fast
Diesel
10.
quality.
Yeah, can you write fast 10 your seatbelts, please?
I can write.
Please
yes,
do.
please.
Perfect. But yeah, 6, pretty good. Now, number 7.
Here we
Brad,
go. This is where it comes.
Yes.
I don't know what you've got written down, but I want you to take this one off, because all you've told us is that you hated number 7, is actually
it.
what you said.
So I've seen
And
this before.
both of us really like it.
Yeah,
I've seen number 7 before. So I saw number 7 as soon as it came out for like DVD, and I watched it at home, and I loved it. Paul Walker's still probably a year and a half, 2 years passed away. This is a huge sentimental movie, and boy, do they ride on that a lot. And the reviews, I've looked up reviews, Rotten like Tomatoes, and it's bullshit. Like, the stuff they're saying is good. It's just bullshit. I think it's completely, they ride the wave of him passing away to get this movie, you know, credible. It's bad. It's a bad movie, and I have lots of reasons why.
I want you to go one by one. And I want to
go.
see
One by
how
one.
Brady and I...
How did you guys like it? Tell me the positives.
I loved it. Like,
Alright,
I would
cool.
put this equal...
That's it.
I'd put it almost equal with number 5, because I really liked it.
I think so as well, to be honest.
Cool.
I think it's. I think.
I
for me,
think-
it's Tokyo Drift 7-5.
That's fair. I think for the reasons I said about the last two. The same reasons I like number 5 are the same reasons I like number 7. The focus on the characters, the way they sort of divide it up, and give everyone that extra bit of time and development is good, because it's not just focusing. You expect it to just focus on Vin Diesel or just focus on Paul Walker, but it doesn't. It gives everyone equal time, pretty much, and it definitely builds on the characters, and it accentuates their personalities to the point where they are just like a cartoon, which I love. And apart from that, Jason Statham as Shaw
I was gonna say
is
standout.
my favorite villain.
Okay, so I think
the
that's
whole
the redeeming
franchise.
feature of the whole
100%.
movie, and that made
Him?
it tolerable for me
Okay,
on the second
because
watch.
he is one of my favorite characters. I love him in these
Very,
movies.
very cool.
And he was very good in that movie, to the point where it's like he sells the one man versus everyone thing so well that it just works. Like, even when he's fighting The Rock, who's twice his size, I'm like, yeah, that seems believable.
I believe that.
So
And
I
his
loved
opening scene in the hospital is very
Very good.
very
very good.
good. That was such a perfect introduction. Like, I know technically he was introduced as the one who killed Han, which is huge.
Which
Yeah.
that post-credit scene is all time.
Yes, like that's enormous.
You're like
to just throw that in.
Can you just imagine the first time watching that, like without knowing that, like without seeing any of the later movies, you watch that for the first time and go, "Wait, what?"
See, here's the issue. I knew, because
Yeah.
I've heard that it was him. So I knew it was coming, but I didn't know when. So then when that came, I was like, oh my god, here we go. And then it's just like, it hits
If
well.
you didn't know that it was coming, you'd be like,
So
What?
good.
So-
very,
so-
very solid villain, for sure. But I think that's definitely the big thing, is the characters carry the movie. And I guess like the action's pretty good too. So
action
Yeah.
stepped up. I really
and I think
sequence of the getting Ramsey, like the cars parachuting, bro.
incredible.
How
Right,
good.
so that's one of the bits that I like. You're pointing out some things that I liked about it, but you're pointing out the few things I liked about it.
Okay, well, one more thing.
Go for
I
it.
think the one thing that redeems this movie for me completely and puts it at the level of Fast 5 is when Vin Diesel and Jason Statham have a fight at the end, and they are standing on a crumbling building, and Jason Statham says something about it being a street fight, and Vin Diesel
This is going to be a
says,
street fight.
the thing about street fights is the street always wins, and then the building or road, I can't remember, collapses.
It's like a car park.
Underneath a car park, collapses underneath him and insinuates that the street did in fact win. I would
Oh,
I would
God, it is
almost
so
put this
bad.
as I would call it poetic, artistic, a brave stylistic decision. I
Masterpiece.
think comparable
Chinnick,
to
you
Shakespeare.
pronounce dog shit wrong, which is really weird.
I just think it's really beautiful, and I think it really encapsulates the franchise as a whole.
Definitely.
That's the only part of that I'm not joking about. It does encapsulate the franchise as a whole, and I love it,
100%.
and I hate it.
100%.
Okay,
All right, cool. So I'll knock
Right,
those two
go.
first things off my list. So you got two in one. The one-liners by Vin Diesel in that movie are absolute horseshit.
they're pretty bad.
The
Which is
streets
why they're
always
great.
win. No,
You
no,
can
it's
tell
just- so
that he
yeah.
wrote them.
Yes.
Fair enough.
100%.
Stick with
100%.
I am Groot. So we're going to get lots of it is in the final sort of 40 minutes of it, where it was just like a gauntlet of angry for me.
I will say the last kind of action sequence is probably one of the worst in the movies.
It's
Yeah,
one
to be
of
honest.
the most forgettable. I barely even
Aside
remember what
from the
fucking
street
happened.
always wins, it's just them driving away from a drone.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
it was
so
that
this is
one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's shit.
So
that's
this
about
is
it.
this
It's
is
not
the first.
very exciting. Sorry, go.
No. It's the first movie where I thought it lent too heavily on the action to be enjoyable. Where you're like, you get 20 minutes of action, you're like, okay, cool, simmering down, but then it just goes more and more and more and more and more and more to the bit where I was numb
get that.
of action. Don't want action.
I can get that, and I think it makes the ending feel less. I don't know.
Well, when you compare it to other shit that
waters
happened in
down.
the movie, parachuting cars driving through skyscrapers.
Cool.
Exactly.
And then we've got
And
the
then
end scene,
driving
and it's
away from
watered
a
down
drone.
by then.
And again, when you compare it to the end of number 8, which again I think is the strongest ending,
I think so.
it's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah.
absolutely. So I'm going to go through these list fast because there's actually a few. There's quite
And
a few.
Furious,
You mentioned a few.
perhaps?
And Furious. So comment on them as you will.
I think we'll let you say them first and then chime
All
in.
right, cool.
How many
so
are
number
there?
one. There are 14.
Jesus
Oh my
fucking
God.
Christ. Okay,
Rapid
go on.
fire.
So that's why we're going to do them quick. All right, so the first one is CPR can't bring people back to life, but remembering a shitty wedding does.
Okay,
It's about time.
Cool.
I'll take
It's
that.
about time. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's another shitty one liner. Thank you, Brady. I think you're just going to spit these out when I read some of these. All cars are explosive unless you're the main character.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. Cool. You've already touched on that. The worst one-liners. Letty. Go
Yep.
away.
In this
Go away.
movie, especially. Yep.
Every
go
time
away.
I just got angry when she got on screen, and it thoroughly hurt me. And once again, this is my second watch through of this. First one, I really enjoyed it. The second one, looking into it deeper, it just pissed me off. So next one
That's
is
fair.
high-speed car crashes does not damage the car, but Vin Diesel's shitty punch did.
Okay, I think what you don't understand is Vin Diesel is a superhero.
Oh shit!
Vin
He
Diesel
can do
is a
whatever he
superhero.
wants.
Exactly
Um,
right.
Because remember, this is the same movie where he just lifts a car so that Paul Walker
Yeah.
can get underneath it.
Yeah,
picks
like
it
I
up.
understand those type of cars are quite not light enough to
But also,
lift it on fucking
come
hands,
on.
Yeah, but it's Vin Diesel.
is
Come on.
not
Come on,
that
mate.
big. The Rock, sure. He probably does it for breakfast. But Vin Diesel, come on.
I don't know if I can even believe The Rock, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure I've seen The Rock do shit like that. Like, he
Yeah,
is a
'cause
big man.
Those supercars are like pretty genuinely.
Yeah,
light.
but like, come
some of them.
on. It's Vin Diesel. Like, anyway, keep going, Brad.
Cool. This is the sixth movie. I'm not going to count Tokyo Drift in this one. That is because family as the main push of everything. Maybe not 2 either, but I'm
Okay.
over it now.
Okay, that's fair. Number 8
Alright.
just hams it even more, but yet.
Absolutely. Vin Diesel's narration.
Devil.
Devil.
Diesel.
But yes, his narration, atrocious. I can agree
Horrible.
with that.
Whoever said, "Hey, do you want to narrate?"
Now, I don't want to
have
stop
lost
your
his
list,
job.
Brad. But are all of them about Vin Diesel?
No.
Because there's a lot about Vin Diesel.
Okay, here's the
You had
next
some
one.
problems with the man. You want to
I
talk about
think
it?
Brad has a personal...
No,
did,
this is-
did Vin Diesel steal your wife? Like, what happened?
No. He's got
Okay.
Letty.
Yeah, true.
No harm.
I mean, yeah, that's a
mean,
downside
it's
to
It is a
every movie.
downside. Makes sense,
but
though.
I didn't realise how important he was to the whole bouncing of the crew.
To the dynamic.
Until the dynamic, until this one. All right, and this one's an accumulation of all the movies.
Oh, God.
Right.
So multiple movies now have had no repercussions with anything they've done as far as damaging the city, killing random people, like squashing people on the
Yeah.
sidewalk, killing
Okay.
people in cars. There's zero repercussions.
The amount of times
I
they'll
can
like
agree on.
crash into a car and I'll be like, "Yep, they're dead. They're dead."
Okay,
All right,
and
yep,
now-
they're
and
dead.
now-
That's another murder. Yep.
So here's a good comparison Tina and I came up with. So, they do all the naughty stuff, all the Fast and Furious boys, and they help the cops. They're
Yeah.
all good. So imagine if we went and got some pedophiles, right?
I
And we
don't
say,
like where
"Hey,
this is
man,
going.
hey man, come help me catch some more pedophiles, but you're alright. You can go.
I
Now, how
mean,
dumb does that sound?
Okay.
Sounds fucking dumb.
I think the
But that's why
scaling
Brady's
of
not
it
in prison
is-
at the moment. So
is a well, that's a story for another day. I think the scaling of it is a little bit different because, I mean, well, in 7, I feel like Deckard Shaw is kind of worse
I'd put it there.
than Vin Diesel.
yeah,
I think most of the time they're worse.
Because
Because-
like Deckard Shaw is he's like a serial killer basically.
Yeah.
serial
It's like
killer for
he's like an
business?
assassin.
Yeah, but he gets his second chance, obviously.
Which we won't
In
talk
the
about.
coming
We'll
movies.
talk about that in a little bit later, which annoys
Yeah.
me.
Talk about that in a little minute, but yeah. So that's pretty much them, and then my last one kind of was, and it's sort of with the action sequences, and just a personal opinion. No matter how big the budget is, just didn't hit for me.
Yeah, I get that.
So
Okay.
they could throw all the explosions at me, and by the end of it, I was more angry than I've ever been watching a movie for a while.
Wow.
But
think-
once again, it's the second time I've watched this. The first time was so sweet, and they bailed out right at the end, and maybe it eased me a little bit with Paul Walker tribute.
Yeah,
but
the end scene is definitely like
I cried.
you kind of forget everything. You forget everything else that happened. in
yeah,
the
I
movie.
did. I did the first time. Absolutely. This
But I
time I
think,
had my head in my pillow, squeezing it.
Yeah, he's mad this time. I think I agree with most of those, but I also think most of them don't kill the movie for me. Because I'm not saying you're being picky, but if I sat down and did that for like most Marvel movies, I'd probably end up with a similar sort of list of like, oh, this character is he's like pretty annoying. The ending doesn't really hit that well, like that
But I
kind
think
of thing.
with the Marvel movies, is they fix it. If they've got a problem wrong, they'll fix it pretty quickly.
These movies do kind of a good job of that too, though. I mean, they're bringing Han back, so
Yeah,
I'd say
and they've
that's a
kind of
good
got that
redemption.
similar mentality of like no one really dies
yeah, which
in both of them.
it works. It works.
Yeah,
I think Brad is a testament to the different. Well, there's different types of people that enjoy Fast and Furious movies.
And
I think
it's
Brad's
old school
Brad's
and
an
new
early
school.
Fast and Furious.
Brad is
fan.
definitely an old school guy, whereas Chinik, you and I are big fans of the later movies. I think.
definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
This is a very good example.
Um,
I think it just sort of takes away from the first what they were to begin with. There's
yeah,
no
I think so.
hint. There's no hint of what it was in this one,
Yeah.
God no, completely different franchise.
No, they're
So I
completely
think-
different.
and that's
it is a
probably why
completely
this
different
time
franchise.
I just didn't enjoy it.
I think that's why the ending was so bizarre too. When they did the little montage of Paul Walker, and you see like what the first one looked like and like what was happening in that, and you're like,
Oh, they were all
Yeah.
what?
babies.
You're like, this is
You're like,
where
damn.
this started, and now like The Rock is launching himself off an overpass onto a drone, and then taking it out with a truck. Like,
And
picks up-
pulling a minigun off of the drone and then shooting a helicopter with it.
yes, incredible. But like, what the
Amazing.
fuck? But I can sort of see what you're saying, Brad. Like, this one is good. I think it's really good.
I think it's
Obviously, it
very
has
good.
problems.
Yeah,
I think that's why it's like it's more like an enjoyable movie. Like, I wouldn't go around saying it's
Oh.
a fucking a must.
would
not a
you
good
watch
movie.
it again?
I
100%.
would. I
You
would.
would.
Without a doubt.
But
Okay.
I would be more likely to rewatch the fifth one than this,
Yeah,
without
cool.
a doubt.
What did you guys think of Kurt Russell?
I like him a
was
lot.
cool.
In it.
Did
It
it
was
take
good.
you until the next movie to really like him?
No, I think I think
No?
at first his like his wittiness was like it didn't feel it felt off at first, but then you sort of get used to it and you're like actually it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it took me a
I'll
little bit
be honest, I
long
thought it was going to be a
like it.
one-time thing.
Yeah, I did not expect him to come back in the next one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
I'm like, oh, all right.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Like, I
dug
didn't
it.
mind it, but I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Guess you're here now.
I guess speaking of the next one, I would again say that this one's pretty solid. But I think the plot is in this one is a little bit more fucky, let's say.
Fucking. Okay.
It's dumber,
I'm interested.
but it's funner.
Yeah, I'm interested to know what you think, Brady, first. Because you said you
Of-
like the later ones a lot more. Where do
Of
you,
8.
yeah, do you where do you compare this like to the last few? Because I mean, technically, this is the last actual Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah.
So
8 is a
Hobbs and
tough
Shaw.
one for me.
Hmm.
Because I enjoyed it, but I don't really know why.
Okay, that's fair.
I think I'm just a sucker for dumb action,
Yeah, that's fair.
and this movie has shed loads of it.
Yes,
Um,
which I think is why I like it. Look,
and
I'm
I
going to
think
say
it's also a very different movie.
it is.
than the
I'm going to
others.
say that this one is probably one of the weakest story-wise overall. Like I think it definitely didn't. It wasn't as interesting as like.
I think 6 is a lot weaker, to be honest.
I'd say they're probably about the same level,
And
but I
4,
think
I'd say is weaker.
4's pretty weak. But you
7's
have
shit.
to admit shut up, Brad. Shut up. Your opinion is wrong. um,
Young.
I think the last 45 minutes of this movie, maybe even like 40 minutes, really fucking save it. Like it is one of the strongest
Yeah, good.
third acts in any of
Yeah.
the movies.
100%.
Every single aspect of it is perfect. I love it all. It's dumb. It's stupid. The submarine coming out of the water, dumb.
Come, why is it there?
The cars blocking Vin Diesel from an explosion,
Dumb.
stupid.
Why is that a thing?
should
At
be
first,
dead.
I thought it was a nuke, and I'm like, cars can't stop a nuke.
Yeah. Even
But then
still,
they're like, oh no, the nukes are down the bottom. It's fine. The nukes
Yeah.
are at the bottom of the sub.
wasn't a nuke.
Like, don't worry
about it, bro.
Don't
Don't worry
worry.
about it.
It's just a heat-seeking ballistic missile. It's fine, bro.
Yeah, bro, Vin Diesel could survive that. It's so dumb, but I fucking love it. And I mean, I have to say that it is my favourite action scene in any of the
Yes.
Fast and Furious movies.
Uh-huh.
The fucking Jason Statham on the plane scene with the baby.
Yes. Yes.
That's my
yes.
That is
Yes.
my favourite action scene from any of them.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
loved that scene. Like every second of that.
And,
I was like-
is it Alvin and the Chipmunks that's playing in his headphones?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Incredible. Like, the whole time I'm just sitting there like, this is amazing. But I think the thing that made me realize how strong it was is that even with that, I was still enjoying when it cut back to everything else.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
some of the other movies, you would have an aspect of an action scene where you're like, that's the best part. That's the best thing that's happening. Like Vin Diesel and Jason Statham fighting with pipes or whatever they were fighting with in number 7. Like that is undoubtedly better than everything else that's going on. Whereas
Yes.
in this finale, you're like watching the
Wow,
Jason
this is
Statham
really
thing,
cool.
but then it cuts back to the snow stuff, and you're like, that's really cool too.
Ah, this is really cool too.
Right, and it just keeps going back and forth, and I think, it was just, it hit very well. I liked it a
It's
lot.
one of those ones where you just kind of realize after, the movie's finished and you sort of hit in the credits, you're like, fuck, my eyes hurt because you haven't blinked for
Literally.
half an hour. Like, it's
What
one of those.
the
which is so
vibe it
cool.
reminded me of is like the ending of an Avengers movie. Not quite Endgame, but maybe Infinity War, where like you're watching it, and I imagine if I was watching it in the movies, it'd just be everyone like going like the whole time and just like screaming because it was so
Yeah.
just like high octane, like everything's fucking happening at once, and then like it's just every part of it was perfect. But I think the issue is that the rest of the movie felt kind of weak.
Yeah,
But-
took a while.
I don't
Brady,
know
you
if
had
it
a-
felt
Very long while.
weak.
You had a problem with what's his name, didn't you?
Jason Statham.
No, the other one.
Luke.
Fuck, what's his
Oh,
name?
fake Brian.
Yeah, you call him Fake Brian.
Brian.
I don't
Yeah,
think
Fake
he
Brian.
was
No one
Fake
knows his
Brian.
name.
I'm trying
Well,
to think of it.
he's-
It's Clint Eastwood's son. What's
I
his
think so,
fucking
yeah.
name?
I don't know. But he's just the new basic white man.
That's it. I don't think they were trying to
In the
replace
group.
Brian with him. He's
Feel
No,
like
I didn't get that. I didn't get that vibe.
he's a
It's got-
different
I
it's got
character.
definitely got the vibe. I was watching this and I'm going, okay, this is just this is Brian from the first movie,
But if they wanted
but
another
just a
Brian,
bit, but just a bit more annoying.
if
They
they
could've
wanted
just
another
kept Brian
Brian,
with the
they would
brothers.
have put the same sort of character traits into him. But I feel like this guy, the whole point was like
Well,
he was
I think
very
towards
judgmental.
the end of the movie, he becomes that character.
I haven't got that yet.
I guess.
Like even just
But I don't-
even just something like, you know, when he breaks the glass thing and he's like, all right, all the cars are yours. You can have whatever you want.
That came across
When
as
I-
Brian to you?
When I watched that, that kind of reminded me of the first movie
Mm.
when Brian is like letting Dom go. I know obviously it's not the same level.
But
But
it reminded you of it. I
it
guess.
made me think back to that.
Mm. I still don't think it felt like he was replacing him though. Like until you said it afterwards, that didn't cross my mind.
That was the whole time when I was watching the movie. That's all I could think of.
When I was watching it, I never went, oh yeah, that.
Especially
Is it
during the
right?
last
Yeah, neither did I.
sequence.
During
Obviously,
when?
he's not of the same of the
last
last sequence.
I guess.
um,
I guess in that scene because he is just sort of part of the team.
Because
by
then
that
he's
point.
yeah,
It's
then
like-
he's kind of introduced himself as part of the group, and he's kind of doing the same thing that they're doing, and he's learnt, and he's kind of
I get that.
he's not. I think Hobbs calls him green. He's not he's not green anymore.
Yeah, that's true. I liked the dynamic that he brought. I guess like
Oh, I
Of
don't
sort
mind
of
the
being
Yeah, I
character.
definitely
like-
thought it gave it a different vibe.
I don't.
What I
I don't
liked-
mind the character, but
it gave someone for Tyrese Gibson, what's Roman, to
my boy.
to actually like fire off
Yeah.
at someone else, which I kind of
Yeah.
liked because he hasn't done that since the second one because he sort of became like the joke of
It's
like
like
Yeah.
roughing up the new kid.
yeah,
Yeah.
everyone
It was really
made fun
cool,
of
yeah.
him
But
and then
he's
he got
just
to
like,
make fun of him.
No one likes you.
Um,
Like, here you go.
which one is it? Is it 6 where The Rock makes the joke about his forehead, or was that this one?
I think
That's
it was
5.
6.
No,
5?
it
Oh, I
is
thought
6. No, it is 6.
think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
six.
yeah, yeah.
It'd be
6.
6 because it's when
It's
they go back to the
Ludacris.
house.
Ludacris
And he
and The
smiled
Rock
when he
are
said it.
both just like shit talking his forehead. It's like, wait, what?
That was pretty good. We love that, but I think this character gave him a chance to like fire off at someone else, which I kind of liked.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Apart from that,
What'd
he
you
was
guys-
kind of just there.
Yeah. What do you guys
Wait,
think
but-
of Cypher?
I liked her.
She's pretty good. I mean, I guess
liked her.
the thing that I liked is that she, again, similar to Shaw, she actually feels
Mm-hmm.
threatening.
Yeah. Especially when she full murked.
Bruh, don't. She's
What's her name?
evil.
I'm like, hang on.
Okay, because I said to
That's
Steph as
not
well,
okay.
when you compare like her to even like number 5, like I don't even remember who the villain was in that. I guess it was Hobbs, but like
It was
number
like the
6,
mob boss guy.
for example, like you've got Shaw,
Leader of the
right?
cartel, I think.
Yeah, you've got Owen Shaw, and he's like
A
bad,
bad guy.
right? But then, and he's like, oh, I kill people, hoo-hoo, I'm gonna steal the money. But then, like,
Steal the money.
Cypher, gonna steal the monies. Cypher is like an actual terrible person.
She's
She
horrible.
kidnaps a baby, and then
Yeah.
kills the mum. And I was like, oh my
while
god.
standing in front of her while holding the baby while Vin Diesel watches.
Fucking
That baby's gonna have a movie of his own, a spin-off.
I hope
Oh,
so.
100%.
Oh yeah.
So I'm expecting the animated to be
I just think the only
brutal.
thing I hated was the name.
I knew it. I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about the name of the baby. I was like, I knew that was coming.
Oh,
Oh,
and
the-
yep, and the name of the baby.
The second
yeah.
they showed the baby, I said to Steph, okay, they're saying he doesn't have a name. It's going to be Brian. And
Looks
the
like a
whole
Brian
time,
to me.
every time he looked at that baby, I was like, he's going to say Brian. He's going to say it. And then right at the end, he said it. And I was like, I fucking knew it.
Say
I knew they
hello
would
to
do it.
Brian.
Like, that's such a fucking Fast and Furious thing to do.
Everyone in the audience is, hi, Brian.
Brian. I'm like, oh, okay.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian. Whatever.
Can't blame me for that too.
But yeah, Cypher was like genuinely very threatening, which I love.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
Just I couldn't take it seriously when they said sci-fi. I mean, like,
Yeah,
I know,
true.
so dumb.
man, yeah.
But the ending, when you sort of throughout that scene, you see her slowly, like she starts off like, oh yeah, I've got this, and then she slowly devolves into like, I'm fucked, until
Yeah.
like that last moment when she jumps out of the plane. Like, you watch that transition of like, the team holds their confidence the whole time, and she just like slowly loses it
Roman.
and goes, I'm fucked by the end of it.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
I'm a sucker for a crazy bitch.
yeah. I have to. The fight choreography in the Jason Statham scene is still just stuck in my head. I know I've already mentioned it, but fuck me.
While we're on the topic of Jason Statham, as much as I like the character, why does he get a redemption arc?
I don't
It's a
fucking
common
know.
theme of Fast and Furious.
It makes
As
no
much as
sense.
I like him in afterwards, why?
I guess the prison
everyone
scene
in
was
the-
kind of good.
Everyone
But-
in the group is just like, all right, we're gonna look past the fact that you just full murdered Han.
Yeah, he's
Obviously,
done a
he's not
lot of
really
bad
good.
shit to them
But, like,
specifically.
That's all I can think of whenever he's like chatting with the rest of the crew. I'm like, bruh, he killed your
He
friend.
murdered Han.
there. He full killed him.
Yeah.
It's so fucked. He was also
Like, I
responsible
would not be
for
okay
a lot
with
of
that.
other shit that happened to them.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I mean, again, I really liked number 8. Brad, did you really like number 8?
I had nothing wrong with it. It was a bit of more, like, especially the last 40 to 30 minutes is definitely sort of eases me after 7,
Yeah,
which
that
is
makes
cool.
sense. Just really strong, I think.
Nothing too overly good about it, but there's nothing bad, like, to me.
Also,
Yeah.
like, quickly
Slow.
as well, I
Yeah.
don't think the absence of Brian was as jarring as I thought it would be, either.
Yeah.
Like, I think
it
they
didn't
kind of
make
handled
sense,
it
but like
pretty well.
it was done well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, mentioned him a few times.
I
Let's
didn't
bring
think
him in.
it
No,
was
we can't.
heavy-handed. I think that might be a problem with number 9, though, because Mia's back. But I don't know.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I guess we'll wait and see. Because I think it's going to be weird with Mia back, and they're just going to be like mentioning him, and I'm like, I don't know if
I
I'm
guess so.
Yeah, he's just at home looking after the kids.
into that. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's all the actual Fast and Furious movies. Hobbs and Shaw was bizarre, to say the least. It didn't feel like a Fast and Furious movie.
I was just about to say that it's not a Fast and Furious movie.
It's definitely Fast and Furious Presents.
Yeah,
Says
it's
it in the
definitely-
title.
It's
Not
definitely
Fast and
more of
Furious
a
movie.
Fast and Furious Presents than a Fast and Furious, you know what I mean?
100%. I
Well-
enjoyed the movie, not a Fast and Furious movie.
I enjoyed it a lot.
It's the same way I feel with Rogue One. Enjoy it, not a Star Wars movie.
Yes. Um, I look. I don't really have any downsides with it. I guess the one problem that I had is I like Hobbs and Shaw together, but I think in this they escalated the Hobbs humor a lot
Yeah.
more. Like I feel like they hadn't really
He's the
done
Rock
that,
now.
and in
It's
this one,
it's
he's
current
just
Rock.
the Rock.
Yeah. It's
Which
not
is
so much
fine.
Hobbs, it's just The Rock.
Yeah, he plays it well, obviously.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he wouldn't be getting paid to do that in every movie he's in. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know, something about it was just like, well, this doesn't feel to me. It didn't feel like even a movie about two characters from Fast and Furious. It just felt like a movie starring The Rock and Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Like that's it to me.
Yeah. I felt
And
that.
I think that's
yeah.
like I think that's okay.
It's good.
Well,
It's still
Oh,
good.
it works. Like Jason Statham and The Rock bouncing off each other is very enjoyable to watch.
And I
Really
think
natural.
it,
Just
it also it makes it better
insulting
because
each
the
other.
humor. Yeah, the
Yeah.
humor is so. The writing is so tailored to them that it works. It's like every joke is
Yeah.
like about their appearance or about like their voice. That was quite funny actually.
Yeah.
When they're like standing face to face, like before they start working together,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, you know what my problem is? Your face. And he's like, I hate your voice. I'm like,
It's not your face.
it was
It's
kind of
your
great.
voice.
I loved it. But yeah, I don't know. I think it was solid. I just don't think it felt, especially because I just watched 8 Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah.
Going into this, I was like,
Also,
this
it-
doesn't feel like one of them.
It definitely suffers from the same issue that a lot of Marvel movies suffer from, which is just give everyone else a ring.
Yeah, a little
Like, you
bit.
think how easy this movie would have been if Hobbs just went, "Alright, boys,
Let's get the
let's-
whole crew together. Done.
let's get the crew, let's go do this, done, easy, not a problem."
Yeah. The timeline thing is weird too. Even after looking it up, I still don't really know when it's set. People say probably 2022.
2022.
2022.
Yeah, because
Okay.
the only reasoning for that is mentions that he killed Idris Elba 8 years ago, and then there's a shot
Oh,
that like briefly passes where it says that he died in 2014,
Oh,
which makes some
Could make
sense,
sense.
because that was also kind of weird. Is that like that's what made it feel less connected from Fast and Furious, because when you left off at the end of number 8, they weren't really on bad terms. Like they weren't best friends, but I feel like throughout that movie they got a little bit closer, and then you get to this one,
yeah.
and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, I don't want to work with that geezer," and like all this shit, and it's like, well,
He's an asshole.
yeah, like it just kind of came out of nowhere, but at the
A
same
little bit.
time, it works. Like
Yeah.
without that, it's just a
I think just them bouncing off each other makes you kind of forget about it.
Yeah.
Like, look at them fucking around.
but it's
with
kind of
each
just every
Yeah.
joke in the movie is that. So,
other. Yeah.
but I think what I did like is that you mentioned like this suffers from what you said about Marvel movies, and I actually compared it to Marvel movies a lot. You know, when you have like the Avengers and then you go off into Iron Man 3, it's like
Yeah.
obviously it's the same characters, but I feel like this movie, at least, the supporting characters hold up just as well as the supporting characters from the other movies. Like I think his sister is actually quite a good character in the movie.
I did like her, yeah.
yeah. I
she
thought
was
I was
good.
gonna hate that.
The
but
Rock's
it turned out to
family, the Shaw's mum.
Also, I love how he's like, this is the best mechanic I know.
He
knows the
lives
whole
in
cast.
Samoa.
Just ignore everyone else in the
Literally.
movies.
Like fuck them. What happened to them? Who knows? Maybe
Dominic
they're all dead.
Toretto? Don't know him.
Maybe they're all
Sorry.
dead by 2022. Who knows?
Maybe.
But yeah, I think
Maybe John Cena is just going to dome them all.
yeah, John Cena just kills everyone in number 9 except
Yeah.
Han.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the characters are again pretty solid, and they kind of carry it as well. We should
My
talk
favorite
about
cameo was in this one.
yeah, we should talk about the cameos, because
Oh, cool.
so not I don't know if you.
Old
I'm
mate.
hoping you guys noticed the second one. The first one, obviously Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
How did I not even know that he was going to be in the movie?
I didn't
Like,
know he was going to be in it prior to watching it either, and I'm
I
like, wait,
understand when you see the movie at the movies, it would have been a huge surprise, but you would think I would know he's going to be in it by now. I had no
Nope.
idea. Good surprise, even if he's in it for 10 minutes.
What
A
about
good
Kevin
10 minutes.
Kevin Hart?
What was that? Sorry,
Kevin
Dad?
Hart.
What about Kevin Hart?
Okay, I was going to say a different one for the second one. I forgot Kevin Hart
Okay.
was in it as well.
He's uncredited.
He's
I'm
the
pretty
warlock.
Very, very good. I loved that too. Because I remember I was watching and Steph was on her phone, and then that happened, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, did you say that? And she's like, what? And then the camera went to him, and she's like, what the fuck? Because we were both just like, that's so bizarre. The actual second one I was going to talk about is, did you know who the other guy was that was talking to Jason Statham?
Who?
Which bit?
So you know how there was Ryan Reynolds talking to The Rock, and then he
Yeah.
called up the other guy, and he was the guy that approached Shaw at
yeah,
prison.
no clue.
It was fucking Peter from Deadpool 2.
Was it actually?
Yes.
That's cool.
That's so
I
funny.
like that.
Because I was like, wow, why the fuck do they have two Deadpool cameos in one movie? But it's the same director as Deadpool 2.
Oh.
So that
there you
explains
go.
that. But he got them back to do that. And I guess, like, he's obviously quite good. Whatever he's doing to organise cameos, he's doing a good job. Because remember in
He's doing a good
Deadpool 2, Brad Pitt was in it for like one
Yeah,
shot.
yeah.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Whatever this guy's doing.
Cool. And Rock's brother, which is Roman Reigns, obviously like one of the biggest WWE people at the moment.
Was he in it?
Who?
I didn't know he was in it.
Yeah. So he was.
Yeah.
He was Hobbs's brother, Matteo or Matteo.
Oh, really?
But anyway, he looks really sick in this movie. So he's usually a lot bigger unit, a little bit closer to the Rock size. But he was, which is really impressive. He was battling leukemia at the time, which is
Oh, shit. That's crazy.
really cool. Yeah. So he obviously beat it, but very
Oh, yeah.
impressive.
I know Roman Reigns.
Yeah, you know
I just
Roman
looked him
Reigns.
up and I was like, oh, yeah, I know him.
Yeah, he's probably the biggest bloke at the moment.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I
Yeah.
don't watch the
Which is cool.
WWE.
That was probably one of my favourite cameos, just because it was
Okay.
the timing of it was really
For
cool.
you, yeah. Come on.
Yeah, people thought he was maybe worse than what he was, but he was shooting a movie.
It's pretty
with
good.
The Rock, which is cool.
Um,
Worst cameo.
you have a worst cameo?
Worst cameo,
Oh, no.
and it's Iggy Azalea by fucking miles.
Okay, that was weird. That was weird.
She
I'll
got on
give
my
you that.
screen and I was just like,
Was that
"Fuck
in this
off."
movie?
No, that was in 7.
Okay, I was going to say, I was like, I don't remember this being in
Yeah.
that movie, but
Oh, no. I was kind of going
I
the whole
forgot that
franchise.
happened. Because remember,
Oh.
Rita Ora was in one of the earlier ones. I think 5.
The one where they're in London, yeah.
As a flag
6.
girl, and I was like, okay, fair enough. And then when Iggy Azalea popped up, I was like, there's no reason for her to be there. Why is she there? But
Gonna be real.
anyway,
Didn't recognize it.
of course, Brady. Shut up, Brady. Of course, you didn't realise because you're an idiot.
No, I didn't. Well, yeah.
Fucking idiot. What are you dumb?
Yes.
Never coming back on the podcast again.
T-Pain was a DJ in India.
Yep, that's true.
Loved
I noticed that one.
And he was actually T-Pain. It wasn't like a random.
Why did I miss
person.
all of these cameos?
Because you're an idiot. I just
You're
said it.
uncultured.
Are you
Uncultured
listening?
swine.
Open your ears, idiot.
Look, I wish I missed some of them.
Yeah, I wish I missed Iggy Azalea. Oh well. Anyway. So we've sort of discussed the rankings of them, but I guess as a whole, what's everyone's favourite of all the movies? I didn't
said
think it was
Tokyo
going to be
Drift at the
possible
start.
for me to pick a favourite. at the start.
I
thought
said
was gonna
Tokyo
hate
Drift at the start, and I'm thinking. Now I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
That doesn't help, does it,
It's either 7 or 3,
Brad?
but I don't know.
Not 7. But
All right, I'm going to edit that so it
it's-
says Brad says 7 is my favorite.
Yeah.
Perfect.
no, it's definitely a toss up between Tokyo Drift and 5.
Yeah.
But I can't not go to Tokyo Drift. It was just so good from start to finish.
That's pretty fair. I think
It
I'm
was
gonna
just good.
I'm gonna stick on 5.
Stick on 5. Yep,
I
fair call.
love
I'm gonna say
that
7.
movie. You're gonna say 7 just to
I'm gonna
oppose
say
Brad?
7. Not just to oppose Brad, but because I think I enjoyed 7 more than I did 3. 3
Okay.
is a better movie, but I enjoyed 7 more.
That makes sense.
I had more fun watching 7.
Yeah. Yeah, I think definitely. Okay, let's do that then. I feel like I know the answer already, but since these movies are known for their fucking bizarre action sequences,
Yes.
I want to know what everyone's favorite action sequence is from any of them.
I loved the manipulation of the vault.
Yes.
That whole action scene is just so good,
Mm-hmm.
and how they ping it from left to right and brake here, move one car here, flick it to a police officer.
Yeah,
Like it's just good.
it's
Just
good.
good. And then the little sleight of hand at the end is just like the icing on top, and then that was it. for
Pretty
me.
good. Pretty solid.
Yum.
Brady?
I think I'm gonna say the end. The whole submarine scene of 8.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. I would
just
probably
'cause-
go there too.
It's just so cool.
It's very solid.
I was torn up between that and the parachuting cars and onwards
Mm-hmm.
sequence of 7, because that was really cool as well. I think what drives me over the line is Roman sliding on a Lamborghini door,
Okay, that is the
And
best
then-
part of it.
letting go, and then going, "Man, I'm sick of this," and then just shooting like 3 guys on a
Yeah, that's like the best
on
thing
jet skis.
he's done.
I'm like,
skill-wise.
Roman, what are you doing?
He just kills 3 guys and he's like,
He's up, bro.
sick of this shit, man. I'm like, okay.
And then gets in a car with The Rock, and then just screams for the rest of the sequence.
Yeah, incredible. And I guess like the one other thing I want to point out as well that I on that you just said, is that I actually love that the characters' cars are so reflective of
100%.
the people. They're like costumes for each
Yeah,
character.
they really are. They really are.
Because like you've always got like Roman's always driving like a fucking like nice sports car, even in
He's
the
got a
snow.
Bugatti. He's got a
Um,
Lamborghini.
Yeah, you've got like Vin Diesel's always driving the fucking muscle car, which even
Yep.
when he's being blackmailed and working for an evil person, he's still
Still
fucking
gets
driving
some.
it.
Oh, but how cool does that car look, though?
The last version of it is so good.
Yeah.
The like
It's so cool.
the snow
bro.
version with all the
Yeah.
armor and shit. Awesome.
Uh-huh. So cool.
And then like The Rock always driving a fucking huge truck. I'm like,
truck,
it's
yeah.
perfect. They really nailed that, like, especially later on. Like, I know they sort of had it in the first ones, but then I
Yeah.
think later on they really, like, because it wasn't just they're all street racers. It was like at this point they all have the money to go and buy the exact car that they want, so they all drive that car.
$11 million is a lot of vaginal activity.
I was wondering when you would mention that.
Mm-hmm.
What movie was that one from?
5. 'Cause that's
5?
when they get the 11 million.
True. Yep. $11 million. It's a lot of vaginal activity.
It's a lot of vaginal activity.
Well, yeah. I
Best
guess
Roman quote.
that is the best Roman quote.
Oh,
Best
not
Roman
Ejectocito?
It's close, but
Oh,
they'd be pretty close.
11 million is a lot of visual activity.
He's not wrong. That brings us to a close on the Fast and Furious movies.
What a way to end.
oh.
Yeah, I'm still in shock that I actually enjoyed them. I loved them. I'm definitely going to watch them again at some point. Like, not soon.
What do you think
'cause
you loved most about them?
I think it's the characters. Like I said to
Yeah.
Steph, if the characters weren't as fun to watch or as well written as they are, the movies wouldn't be as enjoyable. It's all about the characters, and the actors do a good job. And I think
Some
even
could
Vin
say
Diesel,
it's
even
all
Vin
about family.
Diesel, he's all about family.
It's all about family.
But I think he really he carries that character and never drops it, and I kind of love that. Like everyone else is like fucking around and being like, "Woohoo! I'm driving a sports car in the snow," but like Vin Diesel is just so serious the whole time, and he sticks to it, and it's great. But yeah, I think my favorite part is the characters from them,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
because I
Right.
think that's definitely without it. It's
My favorite bit of it, I would have like, sorry to steal your shine, but the characters are just good. They just really are. They all have their weak spots, especially what's his name?
Especially,
Oh, especially
Go on.
what's his name? No, everyone.
he must
everyone
be
has
pretty
a good,
weak if you can't remember his name.
Vin Diesel is the one I'm thinking of.
Dom Toretto.
I'm in Hobbs and Shaw mode. No, but Vin Diesel's kind of sort of the one who has the biggest highs and the lowest lows out of everyone. So apart from him, everyone's so consistently good.
Everyone's very good.
I wish The Rock would probably just stay with his one-liners and never smiling, but characters are good.
don't smile.
Very good.
Don't-
Don't smile.
You smile, I
smile.
turn the movie off.
Don't smile. Overall, yep, this was a good choice. I thought it was going to be a bit of a meme. This was a good choice. I don't regret
It is a bit of a meme, but better,
I don't
than,
regret
better than we thought.
spending. I don't regret spending 9 days watching Fast and Furious movies.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't think we'd get here and I'd say that.
Yeah,
But
it's
here
like
we
Keen
are.
for number
25
9?
hours of our life gone.
Thought I'd want to kill myself. I don't.
Keen for Fast 9?
I'm so I'm so excited for that movie.
Oh,
Disappointing that it's
I
been
watched the
delayed.
trailer of that.
Oh yeah, what do you think, Brad? Of the
Finally.
trailer. Now that you've watched it,
Holy, it's a lot to take in.
it is.
Yep.
It's my first reaction. It's kind of like, I hope they didn't show all the action sequences just in the trailer because
Probably did.
But they generally
probably did.
don't. Number
It's
8 was
usually-
the
yeah, you
only one
usually
where
get
I
like
was
a-
like, they kind of showed most of it.
Absolutely.
But the rest of it, I'm like, you know what? They kept a lot of it for the movie, which I kind of like. So,
Yeah, so as long as they do that, I'm happy.
and I guess I forgot one more question. Favorite character?
Come on.
Easy.
Easy.
You're both saying
Have a guess.
easy.
Have a guess.
Okay,
Easiest
Brad's is
question of my
Han.
life.
Yep.
Brady's is Roman.
Yep.
Boom. It was
Oh,
easy.
we
Mine's
are
also
predictable.
Han.
It's
So.
easy.
Well,
Well done, because you're a man of intelligence.
Deckard Shaw gets close.
I'm
gonna
not a
put it
man
out
of
there.
intelligence, and that is exactly why I like Roman.
Yeah, you are dumb. You are idiot.
Yes.
And that's why you like Roman.
That is why I
Yes,
like
you
Injecto-Ceto.
Stupid idiot, and you like
Yes.
Roman.
Yes.
But that's okay. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions, even if they're
Mm-hmm.
wrong. Brad. And yeah, that's that. Thanks, guys, again, for
No worries.
joining me on this journey. We're not done yet. No, we're done with Fast and
I
Furious.
was going to say, we're not done yet. What? Hang on.
So next week's episode is going to be Fast and Furious Spy Races on Netflix.
Ah,
No, there's no way.
I'm not watching that.
I'll watch one episode as a
You
joke.
can't. You can't pay me to watch that.
I will watch. No, we will watch
I'm
the
gonna watch
first
the episode.
episode as a joke together, and if we happen to enjoy it, we'll
Oh,
finish
boy.
it. No, in all seriousness,
Oh boy.
next episode isn't completely cemented yet, but it's looking like it's going to be about the Shrek movies.
Let's go. Let's go.
The guests haven't been nailed yet either, but I think Brad, you sound like you'll be
Hello.
returning.
Oh yeah.
Brady won't, because he's an idiot.
I'm not a
Stupid
Shrek
idiot.
historian.
And also he's not a Shrek historian, so doesn't
I'm a
belong there.
Fast and Furious historian.
I think
now,
that's
at least.
what we're gonna do next week, and then after that, I guess just wait and see, because it's sort of all up in the air. I technically have like 2 months worth of topics, but I just don't know when I'm going to do them. So, getting that organised, then I'll let everyone know. And I guess I'll also finish off by saying we're on Spotify now, which is fucking cool, because last week I said we might be up on Spotify. We're up on Spotify. We actually had 2 copies of the podcast on Spotify for a couple of days, but no one noticed.
Oh, I didn't even notice. No.
Yeah, I didn't notice either.
Because I submitted it through, so I'm doing it through like hosting website, and then I also submitted it through Spotify, and I got approved on the hosting website and thought I cancelled the Spotify one, and then all of a sudden I searched it one day and saw there were 2, and I was like, well, this is a problem. So I had to email Spotify and be like, hey, can you just like delete this podcast that has 5 views on it? Thanks. And so they did.
Nice.
And I was like, nice. But yeah, even easier to listen to it now because it's on Spotify. So you can listen to it.
Got no
What-
excuse.
when
now.
Street
you're-
racing on GTA.
when you're
Listen
street
to
No
racing,
Mars.
when you're driving to the supermarket, when you're studying. I don't know. That's all anyone's doing now. But yeah, that's a bonus. So I'm keen to keep going with this podcast because so far these first 2 episodes have been really good, and I'm going to try and find more movies that I haven't seen to watch because this was a pleasant surprise. So
Oh, have you seen all the Shreks?
yeah, I've seen it. What
Cool.
do you fucking? What do I look like? An idiot? I'm not Brady.
Oh, well, yeah, you got that right.
Anyway, yep. Again, I just like to say thanks to Brad
Very welcome.
and Brady.
And Craig. No,
I was about to thank Craig. but
Craig,
then I'm like,
you're an idiot.
fuck Craig. I
Craig,
don't even
you're
like
an idiot.
Craig.
Hate you, Craig.
You suck, Craig. Asshole.
Love you, Craig.
Thanks,
Fucking
Chinik. Love you, Craig.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding, Craig. Hate you.
yeah. And Brad, you know what
Yes.
to do.
Hey, Chinny, roll that fat beat.
It was somehow worse than last time.
It's getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
All right, my hand's gone numb from leaning it on the computer the whole time.